Good afternoon, everyone. Just want to echo a lot of the people that stood up here before me. I think this is a fantastic honor for the inductees and a fantastic thing for the West Boylston community to do. It's certainly, in all the years that I worked at the Telegram, West Boylston Athletics was always a very rich tradition school with a lot of great athletes and a lot of successful teams, and was always in most sports a team that come district tournament time, they were always in the mix. So I think it's great that Rich undertook this project, and it's just been a great afternoon, and I'm honored to be a part of it. I will say, I'm going to stray just for a minute from the political correctness part of the program. And, you know, when I think of Lisa Hovsepian, two phrases come to mind always for me. She rebounds like an animal, and she plays like a boy. And they're phrases, no disrespect intended, that I used when I worked at the Telegram. I was lucky enough to cover her and the West Boylston Lions for years. And I have covered hundreds, maybe thousands of athletes, and I have never seen a tougher competitor than Lisa Hovsepian. And I think I was lucky to be able to come along at a time when I got to see her play. On rebounding like an animal, in the heat of battle, and those here who played with her or watched her play will remember, Lisa would get this look on her face, and she would get this stare in her eye. Mary Galena probably knows it better than everybody here. It was kind of an indication to her opponents, although they didn't really know it at the time, but they learned it pretty quick, that they really needed to get out of the way if she was going after a rebound, because she would not be responsible for the harm that she may do to you to get that basketball. And like I said, in the first quarter of the first half, there was a lot of jostling, and there was a lot of physical activity under the boards when Lisa was rebounding. And I noticed in the second half, in the fourth quarter, girls on the other team were kind of getting out of her way. You know, the rebounding seemed a little easier for her in the second half. And I just think it's because she wouldn't be denied. You know, on playing like a boy, you know, when I worked at the Telegram, and I meant it as a compliment. And what I meant when I wrote it, and what I have said when I said it about athletes, it was to explain her gift of body control, and all the great athletes have it. Female athletes have it. Mia Hamm in soccer, Cheryl Miller and Carla Berube in basketball, the Williams sisters in tennis, Lisa Fernandez, Jenny Finch in softball. They all have it, and I noticed that with Lisa too. She could slide in midair between defenders. And it was just a trait that you didn't see in a lot of female athletes in the day, and just really got my attention. So it's something I always want to clarify and let people know I mean it in the highest compliment possible. With Lisa, a lot of you know, no game was over, whether her team was ahead or behind, until the final horn sounded, the final whistle blew, or the final out was recorded. On many occasions, she snatched victory from the jaws of defeat with a clutch save in soccer, a buzzer-beating jumper in basketball, and a game-winning home run in the 7th inning with 2 outs in softball. And Lisa's accomplishments were not limited to the athletic arena. She was an excellent student as well. All the schools that were recruiting her athletically were recruiting her academically as well. And she excelled, as Rich mentions, in soccer, in basketball, and in softball, and as my former colleague Nick Manzello would have said proudly, a 3-sport brilliant. That's how he would have described her in Sports Street. Her concern for others, Lisa's concern for others, whether it be a teammate, a coach, or a friend, is just part of what makes Lisa special. And to me, very worthy of the honor she's receiving today. She was never concerned about scoring 20 points or having 15 saves in softball or hitting a 3-run homer to put her team ahead. She was worried, and she made it clear, if you're going to keep score, she wants to win. And she was a competitor. And West Boylston won a lot when she was there. She won a lot and they won a lot. More than they lost, some games that they probably had no business winning. And, you know, I just always marveled at her intensity, her competitiveness, and her passion for whatever sport she was playing. And that's enough out of me, so with no further ado, I present to you Wes Boylston's athlete of the 1980s, and she may have been number 42 in the basketball program, but she'll always be number one in our hearts, Miss Lisa Hovsepian.